A quick disclaimer. I am being paid to make this video by the European Union and NSCOSER as part of a series meant to share several wonderful geologic features within the nation of Slovakia. The scenic nation of Slovakia is well known for containing towering historical castles, massive mountain ranges, and abundant natural resources. Yet, there is a lesser-known natural resource which makes Slovakia special, as Slovakia contains and has produced more precious opal than any other European country. These opal deposits can largely be found north and east of the city of Kosice, with one particular mine located approximately 25 kilometers to the northeast. There, one of the Slovak opal mines continuously operated for hundreds of years, extracting opal from the late 16th century all the way until 1922. The opal these mines produced had a stunning play of color. That is, if you moved around a stone, differing colors would somewhat randomly flash at various angles in a manner similar to that shown in this Ethiopian opal I am holding. These Slovakian opals formed in a wide range of colors including green, blue, purple, and white. But to understand how these opals formed, we must go back in time before human civilization began, before the most recent ice age, to a time 10 million years ago when much of the landscape looked completely foreign. As across what is now Slovakia, several clusters of towering stratovolcanoes, the likes of which today are seen closest in Italy via the likes of Mount Etna, were active. At least one of these volcanoes was actively erupting, causing a plume of superheated ash to rise into the air as a thick cloud, while 100-foot-high blocky gray andesite lava flows advanced down its slopes. Yet, while that particular volcano was in the mid-stage of its lifespan, another volcano which likely once towered to well above 1,500 meters in elevation was in the waning stages of its lifespan. This dying gray-top stratovolcano was known as Zlata Bana, which at the time had a fairly large magma chamber at depth, encompassing at least 5 cubic kilometers of very slowly cooling magma. As this magma cooled, it contracted while also sending gases, water, and other particulates to the surface. As the heated water rose to the surface along natural weak points in the regional crust known as faults, it carried molecules of numerous minerals with it. Since the underlying magma contained more than 60% by weight silicon dioxide, the most common of these compounds carried upwards was known as silica. Occasionally, this silica was emplaced along the surface of cracks, faults, and other weak points in the rock, building crusts which over time turned into veins of material. Water still seeped through some of these voids, with some being carried to the surface and being ejected at travertine hot springs, while a minority of it became trapped and bound within the silica. This occurred right beneath an ancient hot spring deposit at more than 500 meters depth, combining to form many millions if not billions of microscopic spherules that comprise the mineraloid known as opal. After the magma completely cooled, the hot springs vanished, and that ended the Opal Formation. Yet, not all of the opals which formed produce spectacular displays of color, and this relates to the arrangement and sizes these microscopic spherules occurred at, which each measured in the range of hundreds of nanometers, or 1/10 millionth of a meter. If a piece of opal formed within a grouping of silica spheres that are numerous different sizes, the stone will not produce any flashes of color as light will unevenly bounce off the stone without getting diffracted. On the other hand, if there is a large grouping of tightly packed silica spheres which are the same size adjacent to one another and within a specific range of sizes, light entering the opal spheres will bounce around and subsequently diffract back a certain colored wavelength of visible light. Hundreds of thousands of opals have been produced from these mines, which were long popular with royalty. The family of Napoleon wore several such Slovakian opals, including a famous piece worn by Empress Josephine. Today, when you visit these mines as a tourist and see opals which line sections of its walls, you can be reminded that the largest precious opal this very region produced weighed in at an impressive 594 grams.